What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today we're in the living room with it. I have my daughter with me today. Also, I have my drink and I wore my robe because you guys, we have robes available. www.oliveglowesthetics.com and I'm gonna put a link in the bio. So basically, there's satin robe, but we have these robes available. We have them in rose gold, black, and champagne. So this is the champagne. My daughter's looking at me, y'all. It's so funny. Like, she sees what I'm doing. And basically I'm wearing, like, my little nighttime gear. I have the fro going on because I haven't got my hair done, y'all, so don't come for me. Because I could have slapped on a wig, but I didn't. And yeah, so this is the robes. They're now available. Let me let you guys see the bottom. So they're short. They come above the knees. We have them in all sizes from small to extra large, so 3X. So definitely check it out. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so as you can see, we're gonna be cozy on the couch today. You know what I'm saying? Got the fro going on, you know what I'm saying? My daughter is breastfeeding. So in this video I'll be having her covered up, but just a disclaimer, I'm not hiding my baby girl, but I'm hiding my baby girl, okay? What Drake say? Something, but I'm hiding something from the world. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'll probably add his clip in here. But yeah. But yeah, y'all, so she will be breastfeeding. I decided not to show her yet until after she's christened and brought properly into this world. There's a lot of bad energy, and I just don't want, people to be sending her that energy, so we need my baby girl to be blessed, and not the police siren in the back. I need her, that's what it is, living in DC, y'all. I want her to be blessed and everything before showing her. But I do thank God for blessing me with a baby girl, my twin, and now she's here. But as you can see, I got the puff going on. We got the olive glow robes that we have for sale. Definitely check our link in the bio or www.oliveglowesthetics.com. And this is gonna be like a chill fit, get ready, not really get ready, but just a talk with you guys while I'm chilling in the house about my pregnancy. And y'all can just hear her about my pregnancy and basically like how it went. Yeah, I'm just gonna get right into the video. If you haven't already, go check out our last video with the actual labor and delivery reaction from the baby daddy, my boyfriend. And check out our TikTok. So we kind of put all of our videos in a short TikTok of how labor and delivery went. It was very unexpected. My child came a month early, NICU baby, so we couldn't really prepare, so I couldn't like do the hospital bag video for you guys or anything. But don't worry, we will be getting that back. So now let's just get ready and talk about my labor and delivery. All right, guys, so it's your girl Toya Lovely. If you haven't already, subscribe to my video, and we will be dropping videos weekly. Well, we'll try, honey, because I'm a mama and we just gonna try, okay? But as you can see, I had a little fro going on. Oh my god, it's so, I'm not feeling it today, but you know what, I'm just gonna keep going with this video because postpartum ain't gonna get me, honey. Ain't gonna get me. So basically today I'm going to talk to you guys about my condition that I had during my pregnancy. I kept it away the whole time just because my pregnancy, y'all, I was so like depressed. As y'all can see in my previous vlogs, like I had locks. I don't even have locks anymore. I took my locks out. That's why my hair is so thick now, because after you take your locks out, your hair is still like thick like the locks. But I should have shaved it off, so I should have had like a short haircut or whatever. But yeah, so I took my locks out just because, like, did something irrational. I just wasn't happy. I was stressed out. Pregnancy was hard, y'all, for me. This was my first pregnancy ever, but I vowed to make the rest of my pregnancies be happy. But yeah. So today we're gonna talk about the condition I had. So I had thrombocytopenia. Let me make sure I said it right.
Thrombocytopenia.
Thrombocytopenia. Y'all had this up because the term is so hard. But yeah. So I had thrombocytopenia. So with thrombocytopenia, it's basically a condition. Actually, hold on, my camera's about to die, so be right back. Okay, guys. So as I was saying about thrombocytopenia, my daughter might wake up, so I may cut the video off. But basically, yeah. So with thrombocytopenia, it's basically a deficiency in your platelets and blood. So this causes bleeding into tissues, bruising, and slow blood clotting after an injury. So with thrombocytopenia, it might occur as a result in bone marrow disorder, such as leukemia or immune system problem. So I never was diagnosed with leukemia or anything, but or like a bone marrow, so I never knew my platelets were low. Like when I would go to my doctor's appointments, my blood platelets would be like a little normal, but it wouldn't be the highest of the platelets. Like I was always about 140-ish, and I think the highest is about 175 and up, or like 200. It's either 175 to 200 and up for your blood platelets you should be at. But I was at 140. And then I started to decrease. So I decreased. So when I first got pregnant, I was like 135. No, I was like 137. 137,000. My daughter's gonna wake up. 137,000. I started off when I was first pregnant in my trimester. And then, I want to say towards the end of my first trimester, beginning of my second trimester, I dropped to 120, and then that's when my personal midwife, she was like, no, you need to go to a prenatal care center and get checked out through that doctor and see what they prescribed you with. So I went to the prenatal care center. It's called TLC. It's in Maryland. I freaking love them. I feel like I will always go to TLC. They're just not super cool, but they're very informative. They're more in depth. I also went to a hematologist. They are really good. A hematologist specializes in blood platelets, so they kind of tell you what you can do to increase your platelets or decrease them. I'm gonna have to pick her up in a second, y'all. But basically, so I went to TLC. The midwife made me go to TLC. I talked to the doctor there. The doctor there told me that I should take baby aspirin. So I started to take baby aspirin throughout week 20 to about 25. I started to bleed more with baby aspirin. I don't know, I felt like it was thinning out my blood or something, but I don't know if it was the thrombocytopenia that was making me bleed while I was pregnant, or if it was the baby aspirin. I don't know. So I stopped taking the baby aspirin. Then I kept taking the prenatal and vitamin D. Then I stopped taking vitamin D, and then my vitamin D started to get low. And then my midwife was like, no, you got to take the vitamin D no matter what. So I kept taking vitamin D. I kept taking my prenatals. So I did that. And I was still kind of bleeding drastically a lot. So I was getting scared throughout my pregnancy at this point. I was traveling, and then I traveled to Atlanta on a plane one time, and I bled out so much, y'all. The whole toilet was full of blood. And I'm like, dang. So I got super scared. I was like, you know what, I gotta come back home in the morning. So I went back home in the morning with that. Went to the doctor. There was nothing. They can't see anything. It was weird because the whole pregnancy, I'm stressed out, worried about why. Sorry, y'all. like why I keep bleeding, and I just don't know. So it's making me sad and depressed throughout the pregnancy. Y'all, she's about to get so angry. You okay, mama? You okay? Okay. You sure? Yeah, I be talking to my daughter. We're not doing no cuckoo caca gaga over here. We're gonna be like, you sure? You okay? You're okay? But no, okay, so back to the story. So I came home, I did a lot of testing, and everything was showing like it was still real good. Like there was nothing in my uterus, the placenta. My daughter's head wasn't even close to like my like the, what do you call it, the uterus. I know she was gonna start crying. Ugh. But yeah, so my daughter's head, are you hungry, mama? So at this point I was like back and forth to TLC and the OBGYN and the hematologist, because no one could give me a definite answer on why I was just bleeding, drastically bleeding, like all the time. And it'll make me sad because I would think that like I was gonna have a miscarriage, but they kept telling me at the doctors, like I think there's a certain amount of weeks where you can't have a miscarriage. You can have a stillbirth, but it's like you can't have a miscarriage after like your first trimester or something. Don't quote me on it, but it's something in that. If you guys know, comment down below. It's in that like range, like of weeks where like you can't have a miscarriage anymore or something like that, or they don't allow you to do abortions or something like that. Later, it's something like after 21 weeks or something. Y'all, let me know. But anyways, I was back and forth through the hematologist. They're the ones that specialize in blood platelets. Then I was back and forth with the OBGYN, and then back to prenatal TLC because I continued to bleed. So this point in my pregnancy, I didn't want to do nothing, y'all. I felt like if I was doing stuff, like doing stuff as far as like going places, that I will like just hurt my baby or cause some harm to her, which was not the case. My next pregnancy, I definitely would want to be more so like enjoy it, but this one I was a little bit worried. This was my first pregnancy, so everything, like I was researching, and then like YouTube doesn't have any videos on any African American women, y'all. Like if you guys know any African American women that had thrombocytopenia, please let me know and comment them down below, because I didn't see any African American women talk about their platelets or their like journey throughout. So it was kind of hard. Like I would always just use Google, and you know, once you use Google, you can see the cons of things, and it was like, you know, if your platelets go down below a certain, you know, number, you can't have epidural. And I know there's natural mamas out there, but for me, I wanted an epidural. I just knew, I was like, drug me up. I need the epidural, drug me up, okay. But no, I was definitely team epidural, and I really wanted an epidural. And I didn't really want a C-section, but I kind of gained my mind to, if I needed to get a C-section, you know, it's okay as long as I gave birth, have my beautiful daughter out, you know, yeah, mama, then I'll be okay. So that was it. So every like specialist will always tell me like I can either, you know, have a C-section, or my platelets got too low, they would have to put me to sleep. That was another thing I was scared of. They'll put me to sleep, and I wouldn't see the birth of my daughter until I wake back up. Or the next one was, what was the last one? The next one would be, so they'll either put me to sleep. What was this? They'll put me to sleep. I would not be able to get epidural if it hit a certain number, or I have a C-section. That's what it was. Or I'll have a C-section. So yeah, so those were just like having me worried all the time. I don't know, I was just really worried, and I wish I enjoyed my pregnancy a little bit more, just because it just would have been funner. I kind of pushed back from a lot of my friends because of like me being diagnosed with this, because I was just like, I don't want to lose my baby. And that's all I can think about. And it's like when I'm out, I really couldn't enjoy being, out with my friends. So some of my friends understood. Some of them didn't. So like when they say like during your pregnancy, you find out who really bang with you. Like you really do. Like you really do. But yeah, so that was kind of how I felt throughout my pregnancy. So boom, so y'all know at this point my platelets are about like 120. I think it was like what I told you guys, 127. It's now February-ish, second trimester. I'm traveling. I stopped traveling. I was working like crazy to get my mind off things. And I was researching. I was trying to eat healthier. So with the Thrombocytopenia, my hematologist was, like telling me like eat green foods like spinach, asparagus. This is like a lot of things. I think it was like beets on there. So basically my doctor was like, just eat more healthier. Yes, mama. So my doctor was telling me to eat like more healthier, so my platelets can try to go up. So my platelets dropped tremendously from like 120 to 77. So at this point, y'all, like, I didn't know what to do. You're right. You didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. Okay, but yeah, so my daughter was not ready to come out, y'all. So basically, you okay, mama? Okay. So basically during this time, I'm worried because I'm at like 77,000 and I'm just stressing at this point. Just stressing, and I'm getting close to telling everyone like, look, I'm gonna rest. Like my doctor was like, yeah, you just need to rest. Like you need to stop doing too much. And honestly, I really wish I enjoyed my pregnancy more and didn't do a lot. Like I tell people like they should go on the baby moons. Like I should have did that. They should really relax and not do much, like not work too much. So I always tell everybody, y'all, like enjoy your pregnancy, because I didn't. So at this point, it's like I'm at 77,000. So 77,000 with my blood platelets. Then once I got that low, I was like, yeah, I'm getting on maternity leave. Like I can't work as much, y'all. Like I only got 1 week left. So I was telling all my clients, like, I only got 1 week left here, y'all. So book your appointments. So I had my baby shower. I enjoyed it. That was like the first time I enjoyed like being around family and stuff during this time, because y'all, like, it was crazy. I just like isolated myself from everyone, so it felt good to be around family. Then the next day, my water broke. Okay, so my water broke the next morning, and I didn't know because like water just started trickling down my legs. And to me, I'm just like, I've been having this thrombocytopenia all my pregnancy. I'm bleeding. Maybe this is a part of it. So I thought it was just a part of it. So then I went to the bathroom and I put my underwear on. Like I changed my underwear because it was wet, like really wet. So then I had another pair of underwear, and I'm like, why is this underwear wet too? So my mom was coming over already to like decorate the room, organize winter stuff, because we got a lot of stuff from her baby shower, because y'all know I had the baby shower the day before. And my mom was like, this sounds like your water broke, because why is your underwear getting wet like that? And I was like, I don't know. So I called my doc, my OBG, and he answered, and he was just like, it sounds like your water broke, but put on a pad, like not a pad. He told me to put on like the panty liner one, not even a pad, And he was like, if that fills up, call me back. So little you know, 5 minutes later, the panty liner filled up. So I called him back, and I was like, yeah, the panty liner filled up. It's super wet, and I'm peeing every 5 minutes now. At this point, I'm peeing. And it's clear. Like, it's just clear. And I'm like, okay. So he's like, just come in, so let me see. So I came in. I went to the hospital. Then the nurses there checked me out before he came because he was on his way. I guess he was home, but he was on call. So he came, and they checked if your water breaks and if you're contracting. So they checked if I was contracting first, and I was, but I didn't feel anything. So he checked if my water broke. So he had them like I don't know what they did. They had like a tube, and they checked if my water broke. So my water actually did break, and they confirmed it, and they were like, yeah, you're not going back home. And I'm like, what? Like, the day after my baby shower, I need to go back home. I have clients. I was just like, it was the worst, y'all, because I really thought I was going home. Like, thought I was going home. So I ended up staying at the hospital, and that's when they told me that I'm going to go to the high-risk section, and I might stay at the hospital for 3 weeks. And I'm like, dang, 3 weeks? Like, and 3 weeks was when I was going to be fully full-term. So that's why they wanted me to stay 3 weeks. And I'm like, oh, my God. So then I'm, like, telling, like, the manager, like, hey, like, I'm not coming into work. And I'm telling my full-time job, like, hey, I'm not coming into work. Like, I'm going into labor. And it was just such a rush. Like, everything was such a rush. I was worried. And I'm like, dang, I'm not going to get epidural. Like, I'm at 77 blood platelets count. So I'm like, dang, I'm not going to get epidural. Like, I didn't even try to get my platelets up because, you know, we have to eat healthier. So I'm like, I've been eating healthier, but, like, not long enough to get my platelets back up. So they put me in the high-risk section. The next day, they told me, you know what, we're just going to take the baby out. The baby still has a chance to live. She was 34 weeks and 5 days. She still had a chance to, like, live and function properly if she's outside of the womb. So they were like, they don't want to keep her in my body because my water broke, and that can, like, cause infection inside of you. So at this point, it's time. It's labor time. This is the juicy part, y'all. Now it's labor. So now they're like, yeah, take her back to labor and delivery. So you guys have seen the TikTok. We were in the labor delivery room. My boyfriend set up his PlayStation. And the only reason why he set up his PlayStation is because they told us, like, I'm going to be here for a while. So that's what we thought. So no. They were like, you know what, let's take the baby out. But they started to pump my body up with Pitocin. Is it the oxytocin or Pitocin? Something like that. Pacellin, something. My mom knows, y'all. She was taking document of everything. I was just there frantic. But yeah, so basically, so they pumped my body up. And I was pumping for like 12 hours. And at this point, they're like, okay, you've been pumped up long enough. We need to take the baby out. So the baby started to, I started to get dilated more quicker now the next day. So now it's April 10th, and my cervix, I started to open up the cervix a little bit more. When I started to get 8 centimeters dilated, that's when it hit me. I felt my contractions. I felt pain, pressure. Okay, I'm not gonna say I felt pain. It was more pressure. Like, everyone was like, oh, it's a period cramp. It's a period cramp. Honestly, I didn't feel a period cramp. I felt pressure. Like, the whole time it was like, I want to move a certain way so I can feel comfortable, but the way my body was, I couldn't. And I had to lay on my back, and I hated laying on my back. I was like, let me just lay on my side. Let me just lay on my side. I felt more comfortable there. And y'all, what's so crazy is that my daughter now, when she sleeps, she hates her back. She sleeps on her back though, but like, she would turn herself to her side, and I'm like, that's probably why I like staying on my side, because she loves staying on her side. Like, Even me positioning her like this on my body, she just loves it. So yeah, so at this point, it's just everything's coming fast, and I'm like, now I'm starting to get crazy. And as y'all can see in the video, I didn't want to be seen. I got emotional. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get epidural. So they checked my platelets. They came back in the room and was like, first they said yes, I'm gonna get epidural. So I'm like, woo, excited, blah blah blah. So then they came back in the room and was like, no. The anesthesiologist came and said, no, you're not getting any epidural because your platelets is low. And when I tell you the power of God, like, I prayed to God that I was going to get an epidural. I know some women really wouldn't agree with this because they don't believe in epidural, but at the time I wanted epidural. And I just prayed, y'all, prayed my heart out and prayed to like my grandmother, everything. And for some reason, my platelets jumped to like 89 or 90. It was like 89 or 90 from 77 to 89. It was like 90. I want to say 90,000. And they were like, okay, cool, you can get epidural now. I was literally borderline of not even being able to get epidural. Like, it was crazy, but it was like, as soon as I prayed, y'all, like, I'm not even lying, like, as soon as I prayed, it just jumped up. And I'm like, God knew, like. And when you're giving birth, like, I know everyone doesn't believe in God spiritually, but I do. And the power of the tongue is real. So I prayed to God. I was like, please let me get this epidural. So I was able to get it. Anesthesiologist came, and you guys will see the video. I got the epidural. Now I'm going crazy because I'm bloated up. I feel pressure. It was a lot. I felt pressure, and the doctor would tell me, push. Y'all, I was pushing. Oh, I'm sorry. I made her uncomfortable. I was pushing off count. Like, they would be like, 3, no, they'll be like 10, not like 7, 6. Girl. I was like, ooh, like I was pushing like all on my own, and I ended up tearing myself, which, you know, at the end of the day, I healed up, thank God. But yeah, it was an experience. But it only took me about 25 minutes to push, thank God, and she was out. And then she went straight to the NICU because she was early, and she only stayed in the NICU for a week, thank God. So yeah, that was my experience. But for the mamas out there that may have thrombocytopenia, don't give up. Like, it's nerve-wracking, but you're gonna make it. And just try to eat healthier. There's no real reason to it, like to why we are diagnosed with this, but it just happens. It's just things that we can do to prevent it, or, you know, keep it stable. Because my next pregnancy, I may have it again. But just keep going and pray to God during your pregnancy. Make sure you have a good partner who can pray with you, and just keep your head up the whole time. But you got this. Your baby's gonna make it. If you have any questions, definitely leave them down below, and I'll definitely feel free to answer or like record any videos you guys want to know more about my labor and delivery. So I'll see y'all soon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, y'all. Peace.